What's up, everyone? Welcome into episode number 539, where it is my honor and privilege to introduce a special guest joining this episode, and that is Alma linebacker Jett King. How you doing, Jett?
I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
Doing pretty good. Really appreciate you joining. I know we've been talking about having you on for a little while. Obviously, with the season you guys had, went a little bit longer, but that's obviously not a bad thing. How's it been being back at Alma, though? Kind of really, truly getting ready for next year.
Oh, it's been good. It's always nice to be back with the guys and just continue to grow with them as our spring ball workouts or just lifts have started as well too. So it's just good to get in there and keep pushing each other to be better.
Does it feel weird knowing that this is going to be your last spring ball workouts with the team?
No, I want to say it feels weird. It's more so of just like an excitement and just like a little something else to push you a little harder too as well.
Exactly. And also coming off of your junior year, which included another MIAA championship, I'm sure there's a lot more excitement, but also a little bit of like wanting to do it again next year.
Yeah, for sure. We're for sure gonna try to go get it back again next year, and I'm confident in our team. Uh, our defense, we lost a couple of seniors, like some good seniors and good leaders, but we got guys already stepping up, and making up the roles that we lost. So it'll be pretty good for us.
Exactly. And you're going to be a senior next year as well. So I'm sure you're going to probably take on a leadership role, especially being a linebacker, because for a lot of teams, that's kind of really, I don't want to say the captain of the defense, but it truly seems like linebackers are kind of the ones that usually do a little bit of the communicating.
Yeah, yeah, we get the calls in to our D line and safeties as well, but it's between us and our safeties that communicate the most, I'd say.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things. Obviously, it kind of depends on the defense. Depends on the defensive coordinator. It sounds like you guys kind of do a little bit of communicating from linebacker position, from the safety position as well. But just how fun has it been playing on that Elma defense the last couple of years?
Oh, it's a blast. It's one of the best things out there to do. Just playing for Coach E is awesome. He's one of the best coaches I've ever been with. But also just our defense in general, we're just aggressive. We fly around. I mean, we're just coached hard to everybody
Yeah.
gets the ball every time. Just nothing like that. We're always running. But really, it's just really enjoyable because it always starts with our D line. So we have some D line dogs, so they're the ones that
Yeah.
start momentum and let us just how it goes from there.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, the hole is open for you linebackers. You go fill the hole, make the play, and it's
Yeah.
just like a team, obviously effort. But then it's just kind of the style of defense you guys play. Is you truly need everyone making and doing their jobs, and if you do that, it's obviously led to a really great defense that you guys have had recently.
Yeah, it has. Yeah.
Yeah, but obviously, like you said, you love playing the defense, and obviously being a linebacker, right? Like you have to love just flying around hitting people. Like that's exactly your
Yeah.
job, and it truly seems like that's really kind of one thing that like they do to set up the defense to success.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's we have to know a lot for sure as linebackers, and it's fun. But again, it just starts with our D line. Once our D line's physical and they push back the O line and just hold their ground, it makes our jobs a lot easier. And then it keeps the ball from being thrown too, and they get pressure for the safeties and DBs.
Yeah. What's your favorite thing about playing linebacker, especially at Elma?
Oh man, I mean, it's just fun just to be out there with those guys because they're like my brothers to me. So really, just I mean, we kind of just have a thing where we just play for the person next to us.
Yeah.
So it's just I just love being able to do that.
Yeah, getting to play with them, obviously getting the opportunity to build that chemistry during the off season, currently preparing for next year, obviously as well. But I want to kind of get into a little bit of just like how you started playing football. How quickly did you like kind of get into the sport, and when did you really know that you could compete at a college level?
I didn't really start. I mean, I started playing football at elementary school and just recess and stuff with that. So starting with flag football and just going up from there. But I didn't really buy into it as much until my junior summer year in high school
Okay.
because I was a quarterback, so I was a backup quarterback, and then I switched to defense my senior year, and that's when I really started to buy into it. and just like did everything I could to like try to be the best I could on the field. And that's when like, I knew like I probably I haven't like tried to go play college, and here I am now doing it.
How much did quarterback help you on the defensive side of the field? Because obviously, as a quarterback, you're supposed to kind of know what you're looking for on the defensive side of the field. You're kind of a leader. You have to communicate things. Did it really kind of help being a quarterback, kind of moving over to the defensive side of the field, kind of getting a little bit of a different perspective, kind of being the leader of the offense, and now you're playing linebacker on defense?
Yeah, yeah, it's for sure like a different perspective because like I can kind of you could kind of like figure out or try to guess like what play could be coming or like what the quarterback's looking for, what they're thinking on
Yeah.
when they make reads or throws. So it is kind of nice like that I was able to play quarterback as well.
How fun was it playing quarterback? I know you said you were the backup, but for a lot of people, like playing quarterback when they're a young kid is something that they always dream or they want to be the quarterback. They want to be the one kind of in the spotlight.
Yeah, it's pretty fun to be able to do that. Um, you definitely have to be able to like be good under pressure, I'd say, but
Yeah.
also like I wasn't really like the throwing type, so I just like to run it more as well. So that was just kind of fun just to run, try to hit people with it.
So basically, you've always been kind of a physical player, just you are on offense for a lot of your career, but then when you got over on the defense, instead of you running the ball, you're the one that are laying down the wood a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Did that make it a little bit kind of easier to transition to defense, not really kind of being a quote unquote like throwing quarterback, someone that just like to run the ball, play physical, because you were obviously used to getting hit and kind of lowering your shoulder?
Yeah, yeah, it definitely made it easier for sure. And also just like I don't know, I've always been like physical, I would say. So it's just kind of like nice being able to do either one.
What kind of offense did you guys have in high school when you were a quarterback?
Yeah, we just had a lot of we were like read game.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were in the spread a lot.
Okay, I just didn't know. Obviously, you said you're a more running type of quarterback. I didn't know if you're like an RPO type offense, more like in the shotgun, or there's obviously some high schools that run a little bit of like wing T, that kind of stuff, which obviously makes it a little bit easier to be a running type quarterback. But I just wanted to ask real quick to see what kind of
Yeah,
offense you ran and see really did that translate to the defensive side of the field.
yeah, we were just 11P and 10P really for us.
Okay, so a little bit, but then obviously you said you made the transition kind of over your junior, senior year. How quickly did it take you to kind of buy in and truly kind of learn the linebacker position? Because that was really your kind of year, year and a half to truly show people that you can play the linebacker position.
Yeah, I'd say it didn't take me long to buy in because like I knew I wanted to play, so like, I was already buying into like whatever I had to do.
Okay,
So I was able to like get bigger and stronger during that summer. And we also like before like school senior year like we'd have like some meetings and stuff, just like going over plays and everything
yeah.
with some of the other linebackers and everything too, which also helps out.
So obviously making kind of the transition to linebacker, wanting to play in college, was there any nerves whatsoever that you're saying, hey, maybe doing this so late might affect that? Or you kind of always seem to truly believe that no matter what was going to happen, that you're at least going to get an opportunity. I hope you're going to get an opportunity.
Yeah, no, I wasn't worried about really anything. I kind of just I'm big on just trusting the process, and
Yeah.
whatever happens is kind of like what's meant to happen for me.
Yeah, and speaking of trusting the process, obviously you did that. You got the offer to come to Alma. I know you probably got a couple other schools looking at you. Why did you choose Alma over other schools? Was it like the coaching staff? Was it Coach Couch? Was it your defensive coordinator? What sold you on the Scots?
Yeah, it was definitely just like the people here and like the culture was big for me, and the coaching staff like the kill style culture is just really good. And
Yeah.
I you could tell like everyone was just already bought into it, and that it was just a good program to be to.
And for those people that haven't been to Elmer, I haven't heard of Kilt style. What is Kilt style? And just kind of talk about just how Coach Couch is just like that's just kind of the culture he's trying to build at Elma.
Yeah, so kill style is our culture, but like so like kill, so the K is kinship, and then the I is integrity, and the L is love, and the T is tenacity. So we kind of just try to live our day with all those things, and then play on the field with them and continue to be a family with them.
How quickly did it take you to kind of buy into that? Because it truly seems like you guys have a family and it's super easy to kind of buy into that, obviously, as a culture, but then obviously as a program that has done extremely well the last 3 or 4 years, winning three MIAA championships in that timeline.
Yeah, it didn't take long to buy in. Most of the guys did, and it's easier when like because like the team like just accepts you and invites you in with them as well. Just because like that's just the culture that's here. Like everyone's just like close with each other, and like we all know
Yeah.
each other pretty well.
Do you think that's what makes Alma different? Do you think that's a big reason why Alma has had so much success under Coach Couch's time as head coach? Because if you look at Alma football prior to Coach Couch, historically, like the last couple years before he came, wasn't necessarily the greatest program when it comes to record wise, but then Coach Couch comes in, introduces Kilt style, and you just look at how far the program has come in now. It's a top program every single year in the MIAA.
Yeah, it's definitely helped out with the kill style. I mean, we all just play for each other and love each other. Like, we trust that each one of us is going to do our jobs and do our part. Whether that's like you're a starter, you're on scout team, special teams, like we all buy into the whole process and we just do what needs to be done.
Exactly, and it truly, like you're saying, like everyone buys in. Seems like it's a family feel. But I do want to get into a little bit of kind of a decision you had like a little while ago. Because you weren't always at Elma. And it truly seemed like you loved Elma and you loved your time there, and you obviously are back at Elma, but you transferred to another school for a little bit. Talk a little bit about kind of that decision and just like kind of the month or two away from the program, what made you realize like just how special Elma actually was.
Yeah. So like for me, like, I kind of like took like a chance on myself, and like I wouldn't like regret doing it because like I say I learned a lot and grew from it like personally and just like grew more mature from it as well. But I realized there that like I just missed like the guys that I was playing with and the coaching staff because you could tell that like they really care for you, and like sometimes I feel like if you go in the portal, it can be kind of like a business type deal.
Yeah.
So I kind of you kind of like would feel that a little bit, and the culture wasn't as tight as say as like we are here, because like here it's just a bunch of guys that just love playing football, and they're just here for the love of the game, and you can tell that it was just a great culture, and I just miss playing with them and being coached by Coach E and everybody else.
Yeah, no, and that's like a different side of like the transfer portal, right? Like sometimes there's good things that come out of it, and sometimes people find their way back home. And it truly seemed like you found your way back home to Elma because of your teammates, because of your coaches, but also just like your faith as well was a huge factor into kind of that decision away from the program and truly come back to the program as well. Talk a little bit about just how your faith grew and just how important faith is to you in kind of that decision, but in just general life.
Yeah, yeah. So I wouldn't really like be where I am right now without like my Savior Jesus Christ, but yeah, like going away, just I grew closer to him, just knowing how to trust like the process and trust that he put me where I needed to be to learn or to grow. And eventually I just ended up back here, and I feel like that's where he really wanted me, is back home right here. So yeah, I just keep trusting him day by day, and we're just going through life together.
Exactly. And I also know another big part of your life and people that have been really impactful in your life is your family. How impactful they've been through your life, your football career, and just how they've like continued to again instill kind of that faith in you and instill kind of that trust in the process.
Yeah, so like my family, they're like really important to me because we just like we're like a really tight knit family, I'd say. Like one of the tightest families like that I know, like I just know. But they've always been there to support me, and they've always pushed me to be my best I could be, like on and off the field, like be like a good man of character, good
Yeah.
man of God. Like we always go to church on Sundays, everything like that. But it's also they've just given me like a lot of the opportunity that I have already. Like I say it's because of them. Like they've given me the funds to be able to do what I do or be able to train with who I train with. So like I just want to be able to get back to them one day eventually. But yeah, I'd say it's just all to them that like I'm here and where I am. like my family's like my rock, and also my girlfriend's also like my rock too, because she supports me too. And when you have a big group of people that just support you, like you can do anything you really put your mind to.
Exactly, and that support is huge. Like you're saying, to have that support through you throughout your life, having that support on the football field as well. And I know one thing that is really incredible about just the Alma football program in general is just like the support from the families as well. Like I've seen pictures, I've seen videos of like families like camping out, like families basically tailgating prior to the games, seeing a packed stadium. That has to be so cool. And then obviously doing the walk prior to the game as well, seeing the support there. Just how much does like that support, not only from your family, but the other families, but and the fans truly mean to obviously you and just the rest of your guys?
Yeah, I'd say like all the support is it's very good for us. I mean, it makes us want to be able to do our best to like make them proud as well. Because I know there's a lot of families here that support every other guy here,
Yeah.
and yeah, everyone just wants to play good for them and do what they can do to get the win for Elma, honestly. But yeah, the walk it kind of like gets like you just going like right before you go put your pads on and everything.
Yeah.
Like the adrenaline will start going before you even get into the locker room.
Yeah, and it's a thing that Coach Couch, maybe even prior to Coach Couch, I know it's been something that you have obviously been doing the last couple of years. How emotional do you think it will be for that first walk next year, and then eventually once you make that last walk as a senior for your last game?
Yeah, I'm sure that like that first walk, I'll definitely feel it a lot, knowing that like this is like my first like last walk. But yeah, I mean honestly, I'll probably get the chills or something like butterflies, get a little nervous, but I usually get that before every game. But honestly, it's just gonna be like knowing that's like my last one, just keep giving everything I got.
Yeah, I was just going to say, usually, like, obviously, like, probably the first college game you ever played in, you probably got butterflies, chills, but it sounds like you kind of do that almost every game, which I think just shows you, obviously, like, just how much you care and just how excited and just how ready you are to go.
Yeah, yeah, I definitely will sometimes get like a little. I get nervous probably before every game, but after like that first pad hit, you're just good to go.
I was just going to say, as a linebacker, that first pad hit probably happens the first play of the game, and then it's just fully just locked in from there.
Oh yeah, we're usually hitting at least somebody every play.
Which again, that's like what you love to do. That's why you play linebacker. And just like, how do you kind of keep a little bit of a level head prior to the game, but then also once you go through the game, once you go through the season as a linebacker, you're getting beat up throughout the season, or just how do you kind of keep a level head when maybe at the end of the season you're obviously not 100%?
Yeah, going through the games was like probably the easiest part, honestly,
Okay.
because like we'll be all prepared. Like it's just about like mentally prepared, like watch all our film and study our opponent all week. And then when it comes game time, like we've done all we could, and now it's just time to like let go
Yeah.
and then get a play. But yeah, keeping like a head on straight and everything, level headed, it's just a love of the game. Like when you can fall in love with the work, and even though it's like really hard some days and just hard mentally or physically, when you just love the game, just love the work that puts into it, it's pretty easy to get through.
Yeah, and then obviously if you have a really successful season, you're obviously playing in the cold a little bit. It starts to snow. I know you guys this past season in your playoff game, it snowed and that honestly like for some people might seem like really kind of like annoying, like it sucks, but for other people it's like, hey, that's like a really cool memory. That's a really fun moment. I'm sure that obviously that was a moment that you won't forget, but that's also a little bit of a moment that you probably have a little bit of a chip on your shoulder as well because I'm sure the way the season ended wasn't exactly how you guys wanted it or pictured it to end.
Yeah, yeah, definitely it leaves like a bad taste in our mouths after that one. But having a snow game is always something like kids will dream about having, and we were just
Yeah.
fortunate enough to have one. So it was a really great experience. But yeah, we'll be back next year for sure, trying to get farther in than that.
Absolutely. I do want to ask you one a quick question about a specific game. A little bit of controversial ending depending on who you ask about it. What was that Hope game like? obviously controversial ending. You don't have to go too much into detail, but to walk out of that game with the win to base, I don't want to say clinch the MIAA because you still had to be Adrian, and that was a really close game at the end of the season. Just like the last couple weeks you guys had, it was like just insane games that you guys needed to win every single one. Like, just talk a little bit about what it was like to get on the right side of every single one of those games, but like these are must-win games.
Yeah, I mean, our defense, like we were told, play desperate and just give it everything we have and like not really care. Because when you can, like, when you're able to fly around without thinking and just having fun with all your guys out there, it's like we're a dangerous defense for sure when that happens.
Yeah,
But yeah,
no,
no, beating Hope and everything, that's a really good feeling because I that's definitely one of the teams I don't like the most. Would probably be
yeah.
Hope. I can speak for a lot of the guys in saying that. But yeah, no. For all that controversy stuff, I guess like the refs like came out like official like head officials or something saying that like there was just one call on our rover that was like the PI that gave him the first down, and it was like fourth down. It would have been incomplete. Apparently, like that wasn't supposed to be a PI. So originally, it should have been over with by then before we even went to overtime.
Okay. Yeah, obviously I know it's a little bit of controversial ending. I know, depending on who you cheer for, what you think, obviously, that
Yeah.
changes things. But obviously, it led you guys to going to the playoffs, led you guys to winning the MIAA championship, led you to getting another ring, and then obviously we're back in the off season trying to defend another MIAA championship.
Yeah, exactly.
So, a couple last questions before we obviously wrap up. What at the end of next season, obviously your last time ever playing at Alma, what do you hope to be remembered for, and what do you hope kind of your legacy, the senior group, will be remembered for at Alma?
I mean, I hope that we're like remembered for just like our character and how we carry ourselves on and off the field, and then just like how we were, just like treating people the right way and everything, just trying to like leave a legacy of being a leader and like be like the person that people will look up to. We just hope that we are able to leave our mark on Elma and just leave it for the best and hope people can learn from what we do and try to be better than we were.
And also, like, have been kind of a part of a lot of history, right? Like a lot of
Yeah.
very successful teams, a lot of teams that have been to the playoffs, and I'm sure that's probably a goal, like you said, specifically next year as well. Not only make playoffs, but go further than that. I know you guys had a pretty difficult schedule this past year, and the MIAA is going to be a really good schedule next year as well.
Yep.
So there's that excitement to kind of build up for all of next year.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's nothing's easy right now. And that's how we like it. We like working for things.
I was just going to say, like, if you talk about like the MIAA as a conference, like it's you guys, it's Adrian, it's Hope, Kelvin's getting better. Like, there's no quote unquote like easy week anymore in the
Oh.
MIAA, and that's probably the way you guys want it. Because guess what? If you do win the MIAA, if you do make the playoffs, there's two programs that made the playoffs last year. This you guys and Hope. Like that's what you guys want is you want it to be tested, to be prepared, and that's a big reason why it seems like you guys, as a team, I know the last couple of years, have went up against some of the best teams non-conference wise to truly get you prepared for not only conference play but hopefully a playoff appearance from there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we definitely would rather have like these close games and just blowout games. Like
Yeah,
close game I personally prefer that too. Like close games are so much more fun.
yeah. Yeah, because as a defense, like if you want to be on the field in a close game, like you want to be the one that gets the sack, the one that makes the play, but then the offense wants to do that as well. I know one play earlier this year, I don't think it was a close game, but you sure had a pick six. Is that something that you're hoping to try to do next year? I know the ref whistled it early, but is that something like if you can get a pick six, you'll be pretty thrilled.
Yeah, yeah. I think if anyone gets pick six on our team, I'll be pretty thrilled for them as well. But yeah, it's always something cool to look forward to, like trying to get a pick six. I mean, picks are always good, but if you can take it back, it's even better.
Exactly. What's been your favorite game that you've ever played in the last 3 years so far, Alma?
Oh man. I say right now it's gonna be the Hope and Adrian game. Both of those
Okay.
are pretty close together because I know a lot of guys personally on Hope that went to my high school, so that's more of like a personal game. And then Adrian was just such a battle that like I always remember that one.
Yeah, I was just going to say that Adrian team was, I know, really, really good. Obviously, they didn't make the playoffs, and then obviously, like you said, you had some familiarity with some of the players and Hope. So I'm sure that was fun to obviously get to catch up or get to talk with them after the game and kind of reminisce a little bit. But I'm sure it was probably also focusing on the next couple weeks as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So, to wrap up the podcast, I want to end on this one question. What advice would you give to high school athletes that want to compete in college? And for those football players listening that are in high school, why should they come to Elma?
I mean, Alma's a great place, and the coaches, like the coaching staff's amazing here. There's no other coaches like this or no other guys like this. It really is a family here. And I mean, it's everyone here is just hardworking and does the right thing, and we all are pretty disciplined and everything like that. So it's just a great like environment here as well. And then
Absolutely.
anyone else, it's just kind of like just got to keep working hard and just got to do everything you can. Just keep trusting the process, and then just keep reaching out to coaches as well.
Absolutely. And it's like a full circle moment for you as well next year. Like this is the last year. I'm sure you're probably going to take a few minutes every single like day, practice, game especially, to truly think about where you started all those years ago. And now you're playing some of your last games next year as well.
Yeah, it'll for sure sit in a lot more once that first practice hits.
First practice hits for some time with the pads, and then first game, and then next thing you know, you got 9 games. Hopefully, more on from there, and then see what happens next year.
Oh yeah, time flies by for sure.
Absolutely. And hey, maybe sometime next year, maybe after the season, we can get you back on, talk a little bit about how the season goes, talk a little bit more about your career. But I really appreciate you joining. Hope this was fun. Hopefully, this was worth your time. And one thing I always say to anyone that ever joins is if you ever want to come back on, the door is always open. But really appreciate you joining and best of luck next year. Best of luck to you, Elma, as well.
Oh, thank you. I had a great time on here with you as well, and appreciate the invite as well.
Absolutely. And that is a wrap to episode number 539. Thank you again to Jett for joining and tune in to the next episode.